terrible time in our nation's history. We're still this many weeks away after the whole massacre there in Vegas, still no more closer to finding a motive as to why Stephen Paddock fired on a crowd of people at a country festival at the Mandalay Hotel. We don't know. But we do know that the sickness is in the family. The brother was arrested a little over a week ago for child porn on his computer out in Los Angeles. Child porn. How disgusting. Dear God. That is one of those things where it just makes you scratch your head and say, what in the world is going on here? I can tell you, North Korea is preparing themselves for war with their people. Outside of Pyongyang, they're having residents shut their lights out. Because if we go to war, they said they don't want to see the houses. Shut it off. Shut the lights out. Taking cover. Just in case. And they say that's not a good sign. They say ahead of the president's trip, there's our bombers are flying over the Pacific. We have stealth bombers that have already done this, that have already made passerby. B-2 bombers, they made the rounds in the Pacific and still doing it, showing a sign of force. Our magnificent B-2 stealth bombers equipped with nuclear strike capability, according to the Pentagon, flew over undisclosed parts of the Pacific region. This weekend, the bomber made rounds to familiarize aircraft crews with air bases and operations in different geographic locations, enabling them to maintain a high state of readiness and proficiency, according to the U.S. military. The B-2 bombers, with its large operating range and ability to refuel in the air, is likely a top choice in the event of U.S. nuclear attack on North Korea. Pentagon Chief Jim Mattis, who is currently visiting allies in the region, reiterated Sunday unequivocal opposition to North Korea as a nuclear power. He says, I cannot imagine a condition under which the United States would accept North Korea as a nuclear power, he said in South Korea, according to 9news.com AU. Earlier this month, the B-1B bombers were deployed from Guam during a military exercise. So this is not the first time, but we got 3 carriers out there, stealth missions over there. My prediction, and again, I don't have a crystal ball, but sometimes it appears that way. And unfortunately, I have been very correct about launches. And if you're a longtime listener, you know I'm correct. Every single time this guy is launched, I've been right. I don't know what it is, but I get a feeling, a gut feeling, and the gut feeling is that he's going to launch something. I don't know what when Trump's over there. I don't think it's going to hurt Trump. I don't think it's to hurt anybody, but it's going to scare some people. And I think what they're going to do if he does this is that they're going to take Trump and they're going to evacuate him immediately out of the area. And I think this is going to start something. That's my prediction. I hope I'm wrong about it, but it would be a scary, tense situation. But I wouldn't put it past, especially what's going on right now with Trump coming out. He's probably going to tour the DMZ, I would imagine, but who knows if they keep him off there. It just may not be a good area because it's within striking distance. It's a stone's throw away. So I don't know if they're going to put him there, but the troops would love the visit. But we'll see if Trump does it. It'll be interesting to see. Nobody really quite knows, but we do know that he's visiting. And we'll see what happens. But, I mean, for Kim and for them over there in North Korea, this would be a huge showing for them to launch some fireworks, Rocket Man. But you know they would take the president out of there quickly. It would be an act of war, I would imagine, and it could be used, certainly to say, look, you have no respect at all, And with the show of force out here, you still did this. It sent the poor Japanese going, or Guam, or wherever they decide to launch this. But that's my prediction for the whole deal. And meanwhile, as all of this is escalating, and folks, it's a serious buildup. This is not small potatoes by any means. This is unfortunately going to amount to something, and it's not going to be pretty. But meanwhile, North Korea, on top of all of this, going forward with their 5-year space plan in its main newspaper, Rodong Sinmun on Monday, citing that the regime's goals of improving the economy and livelihood of North Korea residents is their space program, and they're vowing to launch more satellites ahead of its nuke and missile program. Kim Jong-un is also trying to boost Pyongyang's power in space. He says some countries have manipulated UN sanction resolutions against us and hindered the sovereignty of our country's space development, and it's not a tolerable act, the newspaper said. It's a global trend that a country seeks the economic growth with the space program. So North Korea has made some strides in its space program since Kim Jong-un took power in 2011. North Korea successfully launched its first satellite in 2012 after years of failure dating back to 1998. The satellite achieved stable orbit but couldn't transmit data back to Earth despite the regime's officials' claim. Reuters reported North Korea announced in February 2016 it launched a long-range rocket carrying a satellite. That launched just weeks after conducting its 5th nuclear test. So Monday's announcement could signal a possible long-range rocket launch. Satellite imagery also reported showing 2 buildings near Sahi launching station, and they're thinking they might fire something off. So maybe it's something in outer space. Maybe it's not an ICBM towards Japan or Guam or the United States or somewhere. They might decide to burn a candle into outer space. But again, tensions are going to be high. And this goes against all the treaties, or sanctions rather, of the UN, saying that they can't, especially because of the rhetoric and their nuke plan, that they don't trust them, can't be trusted, showing that they can't, and it's a clear violation. But, of course, clearly it does not look like that they are backing down 1 iota, as they say in the South. I like that word, 1 iota. But, folks, we're monitoring the situation closely, and if we hear anything, we'll let you know. But it is good that we certainly have something on the table. Jim Mattis and our men in uniform, I think, are ready, and I'm glad that we have our men up there in the skies that are ready just in case. We cannot have somebody making threats that they're going to blow up the United States or our allies. This guy needs to be stopped. How we do it, when we do it, yet to be seen. We'll be back with more For the People.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms, and the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on.
To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the people is there.
Your American Heritage. Sure enough, two lights gleamed through the mist. The silversmith mounted his skittish little mare and spurred her down the cobblestone streets, her hooves sparking the flames of freedom. Lanterns were lit in his wake as he galloped into Lexington and then Concord, alerting the colonists with his cry, "The British are coming, the British are coming!" And next day, come they did. Red coats against the springtime greenery as the alerted Minutemen took quiet aim from behind stone walls and then fired those shots heard round the world. And a nation was born thanks to that midnight ride of Paul Revere. This has been Don Keyes with that story written in letters of hammered silver, another page in Your American Heritage.
Your American Heritage, brought to you exclusively by For the People and this radio station. Tune in Monday through Friday right here for more of Your American Heritage. With all the choices out there to enjoy some entertainment, wouldn't it just be nice to have something that didn't cost an arm or a leg? I found something that does just that. It's called 123 Ready TV. It's one of the most remarkable apps available to start watching all of those movies and TV shows for one incredible price, just $19.99. And that's a one-time only price. Recap: all your movies, current and classic, and sports and news, and so much more. So cut the cable and stop spending money at the movies when you can truly have it all at your fingertips. No commercials, just all the entertainment you desire. 123 Ready TV is available for Windows and all Android devices. Get your 123 Ready TV for just $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page to get yours now and start enjoying entertainment the way it was supposed to be. Fun.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug, featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo, with Keith Allen, on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
And welcome back to For the People. I am Keith Allen. If you haven't visited us online recently, our website's forthepeopleshow.com, and you can follow along with our news thread at any time on social media or online to see what we're talking about. But our broadcasts are put online every day on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and there's live feeds there. Of course, this radio station's the gold standard, so, first and foremost, always the radio station. Talk radio always sounds better on radio. So if you can do that. But the next best thing, obviously, is the podcast version of the radio show, hours 1 and 2, Monday through Friday. Awesome. ISIS, they don't give up, and this is sad, threatening the royal family. Yep. They're making a chilling threat against Prince George, saying even the royal family will not be left alone. So that's a horrifying message, obviously, for the poor folks there in the UK. Seriously, I mean, they've dealt with a lot of terrorism themselves. And these extremists allegedly posted a picture of the future king on encrypted instant messenger app, a telegram, with the horrifying message, a picture of the young royal outside his $24,000 a year school, a school south of London, was reportedly shared on the app, along with the school's